WNYathletics.com would like to thank today's sponsors. Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. Ready to sell your home? Visit howardhanna.com today. Howard Hanna. Home happens here. Western New York Immediate Care, with 4 convenient locations in the Buffalo area: Amherst, Buffalo, Depew, Lancaster, and Orchard Park. Western New York Immediate Care is now offering telemedicine services to provide you care anytime, anywhere. Visit WNY Immediate Care on-site or virtually at WNYimmediatecare.com. Logistics Plus Buffalo is your go-to resource for all your transportation needs. LP moves freight of all shapes and sizes all across the world. Call LP Buffalo today at 716-877-9653 or email buffalo@logisticsplus.com. AdPro Sports. AdPro is the largest team sports dealers and brand merchandise providers in the nation. For a variety of custom merchandise solutions, from apparel to promotional items, visit adprosports.com. Empire Electric. For all your home, business, or office electrical needs, call Empire Electric at 716-634-0330. Free estimates and financing available for all customers. Empire Electric. Call 716-634-0330.
Live from Kessler Field in Canisius High School. Let's go down on the field for the coin toss for today's game.
Heads, call it before I flip it. If I drop it, we'll do it again. Tails was called. It is tails. Your choice is kick, receive, defend, or defer to the second half. Defer to the second half. You're going to defer, which means you're getting the ball. So which goal do you want to defend?
No.
Put your backs over here, guys.
So there you see the coin toss. Maritime wins the coin toss, and they will kick off. The Crusaders will receive the football. This is Craig Krasanski's first home game as the head coach of Canisius. Tyree Parker is, of course, the coach at Western New York Maritime. Maritime comes in 2-0 with the wins over Grand Island and Williamsville South. And Canisius is 1-1. And let's go down on the field to Francis Beck, excuse me.
Hey, Stu, Tom, Francis Beck here down on the sideline. These two teams have a little bit of history, even though Maritime has only been around for a couple years. In fact, Maritime's first ever game of their program was right here at Stransky Field against the Canisius Crusaders. Maritime and Coach Ty Parker having no fear. They lost that one 59-0. They played again in 2019, lost 40-0. 2021, 59-0. But let me tell you this Maritime team, 3 straight Class B titles. I think we're going to be in for a different game tonight, this afternoon. Stu, Tom, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Francis. I'm Stu Boyer along with Tom Prince. And Tom, pretty interesting matchup, at least on paper.
Listen, I tell this all the time, right? And you hear me say this, I know I preach it game to game. We're going to go right to the trenches on this one. This trenches for Canisius, hasn't changed, right? This line is still as big and powerful that we've seen come out of a Monsignor Martin team, right? That we expect from a St. Francis, from a Canisius, from a St. Joe's, from a AA school, right? That's going to be the question today, that every time Maritime steps up into this conference, can they play in the trenches?
And we're about to find out as Maritime in the white kicks off. And it will be caught at about the 22-yard line and returned close to the 30-yard line. And, well, the play's not quite over yet. And the Canisius will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Reese Spiro on the kickoff return. A little bit of a short kick. He took it and ran with it. Canisius lost at Walsh its first week, and they came back and won at Aquinas last week, and here they are with their home opener this year. Craig Krasansky, the new head coach after about a 15-year run at Williamsville South. Nicholas Panuchev at quarterback. Panuchev from Toronto, Ontario. And the first play is a handoff and a gain of about 3 yards. Tyrell Howard Dolson on the carry.
And Howard Dolson definitely is going to be a guy we're going to talk about a lot today. We're also going to talk about Mike Doctor, another one from wide receiver. He's going to be a primary target for Canisius. He is somebody that is absolutely getting looks at the next level and will be somebody probably by the end of the season that we'll be talking about as committing to the next level.
2nd and 3. And there's a handoff and maybe another 2 yards as Dolson gets it. It'll be 3rd down. The officials for today's game, the referee, John Drobitz, umpire James Wilson III, linesman Edwin Streety, line judge Ken Thrun, and back judge Audie Taboni. First 3rd down of the game here. We'll see if Maritime can stand firm against Canisius. 2 plays, 2 running plays for the Crusaders. 3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen, back to pass. The throw and the catch is completed short of the 40-yard line. And Rico Brown hauled it in. They're going to give him, I think that's going to be 4th down, and it is 4th down, so we'll see what Canisius does here. Now, when these two teams played last year, it was quite a mismatch, but players change in high school every year, and both teams have had their share of changes. Now, Craig Krasansky has been known, at least he was at Williamsville South, as a coach who almost always liked to go for it on 4th down, and they are going for it here on 4th down. Doctor split to the near side. 3 on this side, 1 on the far side, a whistle and a timeout taken by Canisius.
4th and a long 2 right here, Stu. There's no doubt about it, right? So obviously what you wonder is, do we want to just see what the defensive setup is, right? Plan on going for it. Let's see what the defense brings us first so that we can set up the play that we want to play here for a 4th down opportunity. You know, like you said, gutsy early on in this game, no doubt about it, but you are absolutely right. Coach Krasansky does not like to punt the ball, and you're seeing it right here. But you also will do this when you've got full confidence in your defense, right? That your defense is going to come up big and your defense can make the stops that you need to. When you've got that much confidence in your defense, these kind of calls become easy for a head coach.
4th and 2 for the Crusaders at their own 39-yard line. Shotgun snap, running and getting the 1st down. I believe he got it. Tyrell Howard Dolson got the 1st down, and Canisius converts its first 4th down of the game, be 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line.
Stu, where did we start this game off? Look at the trenches. If you believe in your trenches, that's the only way that call gets called, right? 4th down and 2, right up the gut right there, right up that A-gap. You absolutely believe you've got a line that can win that battle every single time.
Panuchev and Howard Dolson looking to the sideline briefly. Now Panuchev back to pass. First throw of the game down the near sideline, incomplete, intended for Doctor. overthrown and it was out of bounds. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
It's fun. I've been trying to look at. We get, of course, stats that list heights and weights and everything here, and they've got Panuchev listed at 6'3".
You think he's that tall?
Well, no. That's why I'm looking. I go, he doesn't look like he's one of the taller guys out there, you know?
He really doesn't.
But again, we're up in this stand, so I don't want to take away anything, right? But that was one of the first things I looked at and saw.
Throws to the far side, caught on the far side, and that's close to a first down. Jaden Clark on the reception. And they'll move into Maritime territory for the first time on the day. He's 2nd and short. 3rd and a yard, excuse me.
And Stu, you got to think now. You've already seen them go for it on their own 4th down, right? This is 2 down. This is 2 possessions right here. And I got to think I won't be surprised to see what we saw in the 4th down play, right? Straight up the gut, go right up the A gap, see what you got with your offensive line.
I think he's going to look for Doctor here. Instead, he's going to hand it off. Shows you how much I know. And battling hard is Dolson Howard. And he's stopped short of the first down, so it'll be 4th down once again.
First time we've seen real penetration right there by the Maritime team as they get into the backfield right there, make something happen. That's a big win right there for Maritime, right? Especially if you can get into the backfield, because even on the short runs, you've seen the push of Canisius, right? The push of that line to get up there to at least get 2-3 yards on that play.
So 4th, and I think we'll call it 2 for the Crusaders as they come out of the huddle. Doctor split to the near side would be the bottom of your screen. Rico Brown in the slot for the Crusaders. Panuchev back to pass. Pump fakes. Ball is loose. Picked up by Maritime. The whistle blows.
Incomplete pass. I think that we're seeing an incomplete pass.
Wow. Well, Manu Mabon smartly picked it up and ran with it and kept running into the end zone until the whistle blew. It's a turnover on downs forced by Maritime. It'll be 1st and 10 Falcons, and they stop the Crusaders on a big 4th down play.
Stu, they actually said his arm went forward. That arm went forward and he released it, which is why they're saying incomplete pass on that call.
And there will be no replays to determine whether or not they got it right.
Obviously, you know, we may be able to replay it, right? But obviously not down on the field.
Montrese Webster in at quarterback. 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line for the Falcons. Webster in the shotgun. Webster will hand it off, and maybe no gain there. Maybe a yard, if that. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, well, I think it's more like a half yard. I agree with you there. And, but again, nice penetration by the line that you saw, the defensive line for Canisius right there.
So 2nd and we'll call it 9.5. The ball actually spotted on the nose of the ball is on the 50-yard line, so I guess we'll have to give them the full yard. Gorgeous day for football here in Western New York. Webster throws to the near side, and behind the line of scrimmage, Marquise Miller makes the catch and is tackled immediately for a loss of about 5. It'll be 3rd down. That play had no chance. I mean, Webster stepped back, threw it to him, and there was nowhere for him to go.
And folks, you do hear a lot of yelling. We actually there's no doors in here, so you're hearing the Canisius coaching staff over there, and as they get excited about some plays. So if you hear some excitement, that's where it's coming from right now.
3rd and 15. And they call it 3rd and 14, actually. Webster waits the shotgun snap. He's back to pass. He throws far side, incomplete, intended for Timothy Bryant. And now it'll be 4th down, so Maritime cannot take advantage of the great field position after the 4th down stop. Doctor and Jaden Clark will go back deep to return the punt. If I remember correctly, Tom, last year special teams played a big role early in the game where Maritime had some issues.
And then we had that long run, right?
Yeah,
Didn't it come out with like an 80-yarder by Baker is what it had to kick things out?
That's exactly what it was. And punting it away, Devon Grooms will punt it away. He's standing at about his own 33-yard line. And a high punt, end over end kick. It'll bounce at about the 30, take a Maritime bounce and roll out of bounds somewhere between the 26 and 24-yard line. I think they're going to spot that right at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders.
Stu, remember when we started, we said that the 4th down call, we said Canisius doesn't make that call unless they believe they've got a defense to make those kind of stops. Well, look at that. 3 and out right there. They do exactly what Coach Krasinski has already believed in and why you're going to see him make some of those calls today, because he believes he's got right now a defense that can make those stops and do what he needs to do to be able to give his offense even more time out there on the field.
And once that 2nd down play occurred, that drive was essentially over. And it's a handoff to the near side, and it is Clark for a short gain, maybe 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Hughley they gave him 4 yards. It's Hughley on the tackle. 2nd down for the Crusaders. Canisius wearing the gold helmets, the dark blue jerseys and pants with the gold numbers. Maritime, the white pants and jerseys, red numbers and helmets. 2nd down, Panuchev out of the shotgun. And they'll hand it nice. Oh, Maritime almost had him stop. Instead, Clark breaks away. He's at the 40, at the 20, into the end zone for the touchdown, Canisius. Kyrie Wilkinson. Damari Yancey for the touchdown.
That hole opened up. Did you see the hole open up there, Stu?
It was like the Red Sea.
It really did. That parted right there, and he took off and used that speed. Boy, it shows how fast he really is, because he really kept off those defenders, showing that speed out there in the open field.
And one of the tacklers from Maritime got a hit on him in the backfield, and he spun away from it. And the extra point is up and good, and it's 7-0 Canisius with 5:04 to go here in the 1st quarter. That was a great run, about 68 yards for the touchdown. And Maritime, from their standpoint, will be disappointed that they missed that tackle, because once the tackle was missed, he took a step inside and then went upfield for the touchdown.
That really is, because you're sitting there thinking you've got a negative play. You could possibly pin them down, right, inside their territory, make them possibly punt because of how far back you'd be right there. And now you're talking about all of a sudden you're looking at the scoreboard down by 7.
It was Damari Yancey. I believe I originally said it was Kyrie Wilkinson. Great run by Yancey. The 8 and the 9 looking a little similar. So now Canisius will kick it off to Maritime. Michael Doctor will do the kicking.
But what speed there? Did you see that? I mean, once he broke out, he had 2 Maritime. One that looked like he may catch him. And then Yancey kicks it into a 2nd gear right there, and really was about the 30-yard line. You see him kick into a 2nd gear, and boom, he runs away from the defenders right there. What a great run.
Amari DeGraffenried and Demetrius Payne are back deep near their own 10-yard line. And the kick is bouncing at the 30. That's a live ball. You got to fall on it, and finally Maritime does. They'll get 1st and 10 at about their own 20-yard line. That's very dangerous. That's a live ball, and you better stop it before the kicking team falls on it.
So we've talked a lot about this. I've seen in Western New York here this year, is an onside kick by teams is not necessarily you're trying to put it just 10 yards. you're finding there's these gaps out there in special teams. And what they're trying to do is place the ball into one of those areas where there's not a receiver. And what's happening is if the person who's farther back is not aggressive enough to come up and get the ball, or in this case, somebody who's right there goes back and aggressive to go after the ball, that's where you're seeing these recoveries come in on special teams, and they're making these plays. You're seeing in every game at one point sometime here in Western New York high school games.
And that very nearly was recovered by the Griffs. And there's a whistle, and the Crusaders are offside, so it'll be 1st and 5.
You do have the feeling in this game, like you heard Francis talk about the scores before the game, right? And obviously Maritime is yet to put up a point against Canisius. You almost want to get past that barrier and say, if we put points up on the board, is that really what we need to overcome to make something happen positive for our team?
And there's a handoff, and there's what a great run, spinning away from tacklers, but really not gaining much. Antoine Caesar really had nowhere to go. He went up, took a step forward, got hit, spun around, tried to make something out of nothing, and was unable to do it.
Looks like it's still going to be a loss, as it was a 1st and 5 play, right? So it looks like it's about 2 and 9 right now. So it looks like about a 4-yard loss on that play. The fact that he even tried to make something out of that is amazing. But again, it just shows the penetration that defensive line is now getting for Canisius, right? Because the second levels even got there, and we're getting penetration into the backfield.
I believe that was Aiden Mecca on the tackle, kind of blowing that one up. 2nd down. Thompson back to pass, rolls to the right, throws deep downfield, intercepted, picked off by Doctor. It was overthrown. It'll be Crusaders' ball at about their own 44 or 45-yard line. Montrese Webster overthrew his receiver. Got a flag right there at about the 44-yard line. There's two flags. Yeah, 2. So we'll see if the interception will stand.
Or you wonder if it was after, because there was
pass interference, against Canisius. Wow. So it's a 1st down for...
So it must have been a hold, some sort of happened there to not let him get out to the ball. Doctor showing why he's a great wide receiver here, right? Goes after that. Actually makes a great catch as he's got to try to run that one down. That would have, if it was an interception that held up, be a fantastic interception there by Doctor.
Was a great catch. So now 1st and 10 for Maritime, back at their own 37-yard line. The graph needs split to the bottom of your screen. Payne in motion. Webster throws. Ball is tipped and incomplete. Looked like he kind of threw that on a downward angle. I don't think that's how he wanted it to come out of his hands, but it's an incomplete pass, and it's 2nd and 10.
Stu, I think we've got the who's here of Western New York, right? I see Will South here. I saw Lancaster here. I saw a bunch of teams here. Obviously, as you know, next week we've got a big matchup as Lancaster, you know what I mean, is going to be taking on Canisius. I'm sorry, in a couple weeks. They're going to be not next week. Next week is Canisius Joe's, obviously, which actually we're going to be doing. And obviously, Will South and Maritime are going to play each other at one point, so you could see these teams want to get a look at each other.
I have to correct you. Maritime already beat South. Beat them week 2, didn't they?
Yes, but remember, playoffs, you got a lot of different things that are still where they can still play each other. Yep.
I got you. Webster runs and gains maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yes, they did beat Will South, just so you know, as it was 28-6, and that one was the final. You're absolutely right, but obviously you're a coach 2nd week into the season. You got to think we're going to be seeing a team like this again, and we have to believe we're going to get to the playoffs.
Well, you're always thinking way ahead of me anyway, Tom.
No, it's but you have to think that way as a coach, right?
Yes. You can hear the Canisius coaches looking for the screen pass out of this formation. And here's Webster coming to the near side. No screen there. He tosses it up in the air and incomplete. That one just hung up there, Tom.
Looked like he hit his arm. I think his arm got hit as he was throwing it. Yeah.
Is that what it was? Okay.
And a doctor doesn't fall, you wonder if that's going to be another interception
That's
right there.
exactly what
Yep.
I was thinking. Pass intended for Jeremy Thompson falls incomplete, and Maritime does not capitalize on the penalty and the good field position, and they will punt it away. It will be Doctor and Jaden Clark back deep to return the kick. Devon Grooms will punt it away for Maritime. We're still in the first quarter, 7-0 Canisius.
I do believe, though, this is a big set of downs here for Maritime on defense.
I would agree. You don't want to fall too far behind. Snap is high. He gets the punt away. It's a short kick. It'll bounce at the 40, take a Maritime bounce, and continue to roll and be downed by the Falcons at about the 26 or 27-yard line, where Canisius will have it 1st and 10. So the Crusaders' defense doing exactly what you said Coach Krzansky believed that they would do, and they did. So 1st and 10 for the Crusaders, leading 7-0. I can't give you a time because I can't read the scoreboard.
It's 2:57 left right now, 2:52 actually we have left inside the first quarter right here.
Thank you, Tom, because that scoreboard is
Yeah.
nice, but it's right in the sun. The sun
it's
hits
tough
it
for the sun's directly on anything, so.
Thank you, Pat. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Somebody moved early. That's not going to go anywhere. And I think that's a false start. It is on the Crusaders. It'll be 1st and 15 now from the 22-yard line. Well, penalties, if you're on the Canisius sideline, have been an issue today so far. Cost them a turnover and a bad start to the drive.
And actually, if you think about it, before that, remember it was 1st and 5.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that because of they were offsides
Yes.
too.
Yes. Hanuchev awaits the shotgun snap. He's got it. Hands it off, and he's got some running room. And all the way out to the 40-yard line, the 38-yard line is Nizel Lash. A huge gain on the ground of about 40 yards for Canisius. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Maritime 39-yard line. Lash, the junior, finding the hole and turning it upfield for a 40-yard gain. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Hanuchev. Back to pass, throws. It's caught by Yancey, and he probably not much gain there. So it'll be 2nd down.
It was Jeremy Thompson Jr. covering that play. Loss of a yard, actually.
Play actually lost a yard to be 2nd and 11.
And I'll tell you, this whole thing doesn't happen without the offensive line. That again, was a huge hole that you saw opened up by these offensive linemen. They are just really owning the line of scrimmage right now. And we're going to give some love to these guys in a second.
And somebody moved, but no flags are thrown. Handoff up the middle and spinning forward. Nice run there is Dyrell Howard-Dolson, and he's got a 1st down for Canisius. Well, so Canisius kind of chewing it up on the ground here.
It is a 1st down.
They've got a 40-yard run, and what was it, a 64-yard run for a touchdown?
Yeah, and it's all been with the gaps that have been opened up. Let's recognize some of these linemen here for Canisius. 75, Colin Smith. Number 70, Caleb McKenzie. Number 62, Patrick Enright. Number 60, Patrick Sullivan. And then also at tight end who's on that line right now is 50, Mason Allnut. Those right now are some of your big linemen having an impact in this one.
Hanuchev back to pass, throws far side, incomplete on the far side. I believe that was intended for Wilkinson, I believe. You mentioned Mason Allnut. He is the son of UP's athletic director. There's some sons on this team.
Yep.
Ryan Gain, the son of Brian Gain, the Bills' assistant GM. And Hunter Jancy, the son of Eric Jancy, former North Tonawanda head coach, who Not sure where Eric is coaching now. He was at Orchard Park for a while.
I don't know. There was talk that he was gonna. He's an assistant coach here.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, there was he's right on the sidelines here. He's one of the assistant
well,
coaches.
that explains why his son is here.
Yeah.
Panuchev rolls right, throws, caught by Doctor. Nice catch. He's at the 30. Tries to break a couple of tackles and did. A nice, great boy. What great effort by Michael Doctor there. And a good gain for the Crusaders.
But take a look at some of this, right? We're talking about how big these linemen are. Mason Allnut, sophomore, 6'3", 215, right? Patrick Enright, number 62, sophomore, 6'4", 280, right? You've got Caleb and Colin are both seniors, right? Caleb McKenzie, 6'4", 290. Colin Smith, 6'2", 230. I mean, just unbelievable right here. And Patrick Sullivan is a junior, 6'1", 280. So you're talking about 3 of these guys on the line are here for another year, and some of them here for 2 years. When you've got a base like that on the line, watch out, Western New York, because that's a core that you want to make sure that you got keep.
That will bring the first quarter to a close. After 1 quarter, it's Canisius 7, Western New York Maritime nothing. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Let's go down on the field to Francis Beck.
Mike Doctor is a key leader for this, both offense and defense. He saw him make a couple plays in that first quarter. We did a story on him in the Western New York Athletics Football Report magazine. This Canisius team is young. They start in week 1. They started 7 sophomores and 2 seniors, including Mike Doctor. Coach Udrance, says he's expecting a lot of Mike to be a leader this year, and you can see it already from the first quarter amount of play. He is almost coming with that interception on that last drive. Stu, Tom, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Francis. So a short gain for Canisius. It'll be 4th down. And no doubt Coach Krasansky will go for it again here on 4th down.
Oh, you're also down in that territory,
Yeah,
right? You
definitely.
know what I mean? But I am sure there's a field goal kicker out here that could easily come in and do this. But 4th and this short, with my line, I'm doing the same exact thing.
And going right up the middle and getting the first down and still on his feet, still going down to inside the 10-yard line. Howard Dolson, like a direct snap in the
Wildcat. Yeah, absolutely. It was a wildcat.
and if you could, that, Tom, was a perfect illustration of everything you've been talking about on the offensive line. The whole line just boom, moved.
Yep, that really is. And that's where you talk about when a team wants to step up, can you do that? That's going to be the key.
They certainly did it that time. 1st and goal. It's Dolson again, and he's got a yard or 2 maybe. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Crusaders. Nizell Lash and Jaden Clark come back into the game.
I got a chance to watch, obviously, the Orchard Park Sweet Home game last night. And again, it's another scenario. You watch a team try to go up and play a double A team, right? And I'll tell you, that's a line that stood up and was ready for the task that they had against Orchard Park. It was one play that really times the difference, and then, of course, Orchard Park lights it up with 28 points in 3 minutes, as anybody's heard about at this point.
Panuchev hands it off, and I think that's Howard Dolson again. And maybe a yard, a very short gain. 3rd and goal now for the Crusaders. 2nd down, excuse me. 2nd and goal. Well, it is 3rd down. That was Nizell Lash on the carry. Thank you. It is 3rd and goal. And no doubt this is also 4-down territory. With Coach Krzyzewski, almost anything's 4-down territory.
But again, like we talked about, this is to go down 14-0 when you haven't scored a point against a team yet.
Canisius throws near side, caught. And touchdown, Canisius. Jaden Clark hauls it in, and the Crusaders take a 13-0 lead. Really nice catch there. Good throw, good catch. Panuchev rolled to the near side, threw it to the corner of the end zone, and Clark hauled it in for 6.
You got 5 on rushing for Canisius over there? Domenico?
And now we'll get Domenico Collectia will add the extra point. Kick is up and good, and it's 14-0.
Let's see the replay on this one.
14.
We apologize. It didn't come through, so we apologize there.
9.5 to go here in the first half. The Crusaders have a 2-touchdown lead at 14-0. 1 on the ground, 1 in the air. And from the Falcons' standpoint, they've had good field position twice, unable to move the ball at all, which is a credit to the Canisius defense. And as Tom has mentioned, well, look out for that Canisius offensive line, and they are getting the job done today.
And that's where, again, any team, right, whether you're struggling at a position, when you've got a line that can do that, even when you struggle, right, to run the ball, what are you going to do? You're still going to get 2-3 yards just from the push, right? So even a bad run sometimes is 3 yards. It's still going to give you a push and an opportunity to keep making positive plays until that one goes what? We see this the part happen, and then they get a chance to run for the big one. But that is a testament to a line, and that's where you start. And if your line is as good as what you've seen Canisius right here do, you're going to be in every single game. The only difference is Canisius is going to play some teams out of state, out of area, that are going to see lines as good, if not better and bigger even than what we're seeing right here.
So Canisius set to kick off. And the kick is caught by DeGraffenede at about his own 18. Goes toward the middle, still on his feet. Now he's going to cut to the outside. He's got some room to run, and he's finally run out of bounds close to the 40-yard line, and a flag flies in. From where we're sitting, Tom, maybe a late hit. Was he out of bounds when he got hit?
Seeing a flag come in that's late, right along the sideline there, that's what you would think.
Good return there, and that will help. If it is what we think it is, that will help the field position for the Falcons. Now they're going the other way. It's against Maritime.
So it was a hold right on the sideline is what it was, or pushing the back.
Block in the back, yeah. So Maritime, that'll cost them about anywhere from 10 to 15 yards, and they'll start at their own 28-yard line. And Maritime has not generated any offense so far today.
In fact, I want to say they haven't gotten a first down except for the penalty that was called. You know what I mean?
You are 100% correct, as usual.
A lot of Conley Cup people, a lot of Trench Trophy guys here today out checking out both of these teams.
There's a handoff and coming to the, nice move. And that's the best offensive play. Caesar on the carry. It was a good run there.
A good tackle there by number 46. That was Hunter Jancy right there on the tackle that you were alluding to earlier. Comes up big.
2nd and 4. Webster gets the high snap, hands it off, and nowhere to go that time. Good defense by the Crusaders as they send Jeremy Thompson quickly to the ground.
And that was Aiden Mecca who comes in for the tackle on that one. The junior, 5'11", 219 for Canisius.
Second time we've mentioned his name, making a big stop for the Crusaders. So it's 3rd down here. They have to get out to the 38. 3rd down. Maritime looking for its first down, not by penalty, and a completion with a positive outcome. Webster bobbles the snap, gets it back, comes to the near side, still has it, and he's still running. He throws it out of bounds. There's flags on the field, and let's see what the call is.
Oh, I was waiting to see if they were even going to throw an intentional grounding there late.
There's one flag. Do you think that might have been the second penalty on the play? So
No, I didn't see a second one come in. I said that's what I thought because you saw him coming in, grabbing it. There is a flag out there. Remember, that was one of the rules that changed this year, the intentional grounding rule. Last year, that was automatically because they threw it out like that, going to be an intentional grounding play. This year, if you do get outside the pocket, you can go ahead and do those plays. So that was a change to the rule that happened this year.
Holding against Maritime, and the penalty is declined. It'll be 4th down. Webster looked to me like he kind of got caught in no man's land where he couldn't decide if he wanted to run or throw, and then he stopped and threw it.
I will tell you the next play I'd love to see New York State look at is the holding play and how they penalize that. I don't like the from the spot of the foul and seeing some of these holding calls being 15, 20 yards, of penalty out there. It should be, to me, from the line of scrimmage.
And he got the punt away. Grooms did. It'll bounce at about the 30, take a Maritime bounce and be down right about the 30-yard line. No chance for the Crusaders to return that one. And that was a little bit of a wobble on the snap, and Grooms did a nice job to catch it and get the kick away. It'll be 1st and 10 Crusaders. They lead it 14-0 as we get late in the second quarter.
7:48 right now left inside the half.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So it'll be the ball spotted at the 34-yard line, and let's see what Canisius does here. And perhaps more importantly, let's see what the Falcons do to try and stop them. Because Canisius has begun to establish a little bit of dominance. Panuchev at quarterback, and he'll hand it off, and coming to the near side, and good run there, a good gain by Nizel Lash. It'll be 2nd down. Daquan Leonard in on that tackle.
Still very excited for Canisius, as you may see when you go down to the end zone that Canisius is now marching towards a lot of dirt, a lot of construction out in that area. We're going to see 2 baseball fields go out there, one a full turf field for the varsity, one a half turf grass for the JV, and it will be fantastic to be able to see baseball here and be able to finally have their true home field here for Canisius.
Absolutely. It'll be great. Danuchev makes a nice play to grab the snap. It was low. He throws the pass to Clark, and he's got a 1st down, and he's into Maritime territory at about the 48 or 49-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. Nice play by Panuchev to grab that snap. A little bit low and off to the side. And it's 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. The ball, they spotted it right at the 50-yard line. First and 10 for the Crusaders. And here's, that's not Panuchev. There's the throw to the near side. Intercepted, picked off, and coming down the sidelines, he's all alone for the Maritime touchdown, intercepted by Nijon Littlejohn, and there's a flag at the 50. So there's a pretty good chance that's coming back. Vincent Zimmerman was in at quarterback, and unfortunately we've got a Crusader player down at the Falcons' 40-yard line with an injury. So the pass from Vincent Zimmerman was picked off by Nijon Littlejohn. He took it all the way in for 6, but as we mentioned, there's a flag at the 49-yard line. Let's see what the call is. See if the interception stands or see if the touchdown stands.
Well, you've seen the ball come back, the refs come back. It looks like a push in the back, something here.
So you think the interception will stand?
The interception will stand, but it'll be after the interception.
Pass interference against the Falcons, but they keep the ball. And the interference was after the interception. It'll be 1st and 10 Maritime. So a huge break for the Falcons. They had two defenders in the area where the ball was thrown. Littlejohn came
No,
down.
no. This is a passing interference against them.
Ah, okay.
Wait a second.
No.
He keeps going back and forth. I've seen the arm go two different ways now, and he's pushing him back off the field. Are they pushing back because they still have a down player? So what we've really seen here, unfortunately, for Maritime here is you've had two big plays right here, Stu, that unfortunately have gone against you, right? And granted, one was the arm that went down, right, the follow through. I'm not saying that they weren't legit calls, right? Comes down, they have a guy running in for a touchdown. And then next, right, you look at it and say, boy, we got another interception. It looks like we're running in for a touchdown again and don't get it. Just some bad breaks where Maritime feels like, do we have an opportunity to possibly have this game as a tie game right now?
So we get from our man Francis down on the field that's number 75, Colin Smith, and hopefully he'll be okay, but he's still down on the field. Thank you for that, Francis. And we're going to take a break. It's 14-0 Canisius here in the second quarter. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
So the interception stands. There was a block in the back on the interception return that cost Littlejohn and Maritime the touchdown. Colin Smith got up and was helped off the field. He's now sitting on the Crusaders bench and has taken his helmet off. 1st and 10 for Maritime at their own 40-yard line, so they get the turnover. And the ball dropped by Webster, and he falls right on it at his own 39-yard line, so that's a loss on 1st down. So Maritime continues to make costly mistakes. And that one's on Webster, and he heads for the bench.
He's just getting the play, actually.
Ah.
Oh, no, you are right. I apologize, Stu. You are 100% right. He did go to the bench.
I got to be right once in a while. So, Shamir Banks in at quarterback.
We knew this would happen, though. They do bring both quarterbacks in, and they do exchange quarterbacks.
2nd down for the Falcons. And it looks like there's a lack of communication for the Falcons. Banks gets the handoff, rolls to the far side, throws deep downfield, and it is caught. What a catch. Nice move. Still on his feet, and finally brought down is Jeremy Thompson. And it's a 1st down all the way down to about the Canisius 22-yard line. Well, Banks, I didn't know his arm was that good. He threw the ball downfield a long way.
Got it out, rolled out, too. Did it on the run as a rollout right there, but does a great job as finding the open guy. First big play, really, by Maritime. Can they finally do it and put points up on the board?
Banks awaits the shotgun snap. He's got it. And he hands it off, and good defense by Canisius as they stop Antoine Caesar for a very short gain, if any, and it looks like we might have another Crusaders player down. And right now I'm not able to see a number.
Thought it was Kevon Walker.
I think you're right. That's what Pat is saying, too. Number 1, Kevon Walker.
He made the tackle, too, and I don't know if he kind of got caught underneath right there because he was actually the one who makes the tackle on this play at the same time.
So it'll be second down for Maritime when we come back. Let's take a quick break. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
You're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500
Walker was able to walk off the field on his own power as we get set to go here. Second down for Maritime. Banks remains in at quarterback. He's under center. Takes the snap, the pitch to Caesar. Caesar cuts inside, nice run. And did the ball come out there briefly? No, I don't think so. But that looks, it's off. If it's not a first, it is a first down, I believe, for Maritime.
Actually, I think it's short. I think it's going to be about 1.5 yards short.
It is short. Okay, that was a really nice run. And when it started, it looked like there was a lot of room there. And then the Crusaders closed up the gap. So it'll bring up third down for Maritime at about the Crusaders' 11-yard line. And the ball is spotted at the 13, and they need 2 yards to get to the 11-yard line. Banks, 3 in the backfield. Banks, a handoff, and right up the middle, and down inside the 5-yard line. Great run for Lamont Chamberlain.
They're going to say he's down at like the 1 foot line. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was really close. So it's first and goal for Maritime. This is far and away the Falcons' best drive of the game.
And the first time you saw a push up the A-gap, right? That was your offensive line doing its job right there.
So Banks under center. Hands it off, and looks like the Crusaders throw him back. Lamont Chamberlain nowhere to run that time. It'll be second down and goal for the Falcons. Big defensive play there for the Crusaders. They lead this one 14-0. Maritime knocking on the door.
You wonder, are you going to see a trick play in here, right? Or are you just going to keep pounding it right up? I think you're going to see it pounded in again.
Here's Webster now under center. And Webster's going to keep it himself. And looks like they have stopped him one more time. I don't see any signal, so it's third and goal as the Canisius defense standing tall so far. Third and goal for the Crusaders.
They're asking why it's not a touchdown on the other side. Everyone's asking.
I didn't see any signal that said
no, touchdown. They're not, but you could see the sideline over for Maritime. They're all
touchdown.
Okay.
Now they put their
They were all questioning why it wasn't called earlier.
That's a really good question. I can't imagine why it wasn't. Now they call it touchdown, and now Craig Krzansky wants an explanation.
Very, very late call there, and you could see as Maritime comes out, Maritime Health Sciences come out and go, whoa, wait a second. How's that not a touchdown? It looked like Webster had rolled into the end zone the way he spinned right there. It looked like he had gotten in. No call. Late call comes. And now, right, after the 4th year, Western New York Maritime Health Sciences puts their first points up on the board against Canisius. And we should see them go for 2. We don't see them normally kick, so they're going to try to go for 2 on this one too.
So it's 14-6. The Falcons trying to make it 14-8. Webster under center. And we'll see if he does the same thing he did on the last play. Nope, he's going to hand it off. And going around the outside and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion is Antoine Caesar. And suddenly we have a game. It's 14-8 Canisius as we get late in the second quarter. An impressive drive by Maritime started with that long pass. And both quarterbacks were involved on that drive in different ways.
Yep, 132 right now left inside the half right here. More than enough time for Canisius to go. You wonder now if we start seeing them go to a little bit more to the air than the run just because of how much clock time is there. And remember, if you do throw an incomplete pass, it at least stops the clock. Hence the reason for wanting to go to the air here right now towards the end of the first half. But now, this is a great opportunity for both teams right here, right? If I score from Canisius, I get back to them putting this back to a 2-point game. And does Canisius now start thinking about this 2-point conversion thing, right? Does that come into play? We'll see if that's going to have an impact in this game. And again, if Western New York Maritime Health Sciences can make a stop right here, you go into halftime down by 1 possession. Do you go into halftime now with momentum on your side?
Yancey and Clark are back deep to return the kickoff. Grooms puts his foot into it. End over end kicked. Grabbed. Coming to the near side. Oh, he just got tripped up, or he had a lot of room to run there. Yancey tripped up at about the 32-yard line. And somebody, not sure who exactly that was, might have saved a touchdown just getting a hand on him and tripping him up because he had the whole sideline to run down.
Yeah, he really did. That was, and unfortunately, I think he tripped up against one of the defenders right there. Just happened to catch his leg the right way. You know, no malice, no intent or anything. It just happened to be that their legs got messed up.
So 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Panuchev's back at quarterback. And he'll hand it off, and there's really nowhere to run right there. So it'll be 2nd down. Lash on the carry for Canisius. And
nice tackle by number 58, though, Tawan Hewley right there. Great job, great tackle. That comes up big for West New York Maritime Health Sciences.
2nd down for the Crusaders. Lash in the backfield with Panuchev. He's going to throw it. Throws it. And it's caught for a very short game and tackled almost immediately. Doctor caught it, and Amari DeGraffenried on the tackle, and Canisius will take a timeout. So this will bring up a 3rd down for the Crusaders as we get very late in the second quarter.
51 seconds is exactly where we stand. So, and a big 3rd down here, Stu,
yes,
right?
It is. Yes.
Like, because you don't want to turn around. So this is what we did. We talked about Coach Krasinski liking to go for it, right? But if you don't make it on this down, right? Do you possibly give, Health Sciences, Western New York Maritime Health Sciences, an opportunity to possibly have any time on the clock to still do something? So again, you got to be careful right here. I think is if you don't make this 3rd down, I think Coach has got to think about punting it on this one.
And that's usually all he does is think about it. Well, it's 3rd and about 8 or 9 yards, 3rd and long here. Vanuchev gets the shotgun snap, rolls to the near side. He throws, it's caught, and that's a first down for Canisius. The ball caught by Evan Dean. And first down Crusaders right at about the 50-yard line as the clock continues to run. And we'll see what the Crusaders do here.
As Canisius goes on the quick.
Vanuchev hands it off, and Dolson spins forward. And the ball's out, but the Crusaders fall on it. The ball came out, but the Crusaders fell on it alertly. I'm not sure who that was. Number 50 looked like. Mason Allnut falling on the loose ball. 2nd and 5 for the Crusaders.
That clock keeps ticking, right? 10, 9, 8. This is going to be the last play.
And they're not going to try the pass for the end zone. They complete the pass to Clark, who spun. I believe he got out of bounds, so that will stop the clock.
1.7 seconds is what I think is right now on the clock.
Well, if that's the case, Canisius will take its final timeout. Now he's going to step back and throw it as far as he can and have somebody run under it.
Exactly. Well, you think that's exactly. At least you're not worried about right now giving time over to the other team, right? So you might as well take a shot at this. Also, so right at halftime, we're going to go down to the field as Francis is going to be at midfield. He's going to meet Coach Ty Parker out there, do a quick interview for him. We'll then go to commercial break after that. Then what we'll do is we'll come back, Stu, you and I kind of do a halftime show here real quick. Probably then take a quick break before we then interview Coach Krasansky right here as they come back out from halftime. So we'll get a chance to make sure we talk to both coaches to see what's working well for both teams or what they think actually what happens in the first half versus the second half.
And let's see how this plays out for the Crusaders here. With such little time left, down and distance pretty much irrelevant on this play. 1.1 second left. Vanuchev waits the shotgun snap. He's got it. Throws to the near side. It's caught. And that should do it for the half. Damari Yancey caught it. And that's the end of the first half with the score Canisius 14, Maritime 8. And an interesting first half. Canisius led this one 14-0. And then Maritime with their far and away their best drive of the game. Started with a long pass and then they ran the ball well, and Montrese Webster.
There was a flag thrown and then they picked it up though.
Well, both teams are heading for the locker room.
Right. So
we'll see if we'll get the signal that Francis is ready, and we'll throw it down to Francis.
But boy, what a first half right here. I think right now both teams can take positives off this first half. But let's see what Coach has to say.
Go down to Francis.
Tom, I'm with Coach Tyree Parker of West New York Maritime Health Sciences. Coach, turning point of the game to John Littlejohn gets that big interception. It leads to your first score. How big was that for you guys?
Well, we needed a big play, to give us some motivation, some fire. They came out, they drove the ball pretty good on us the first couple possessions. So, we needed a big play. Naiwan Littlejohn is a senior, and that's to be expected. Seniors making big plays to get this thing turned around. So, some things we got to correct, some first half adjustments going into the second half. But that we needed that big play to get us going.
All right, one of the biggest areas where they've been able to have success is running up the middle. What's your plan to try to correct that at half?
Well, we got a couple blown assignments. Guys going the wrong way. Guys not filling the gas they're supposed to fill. So we're about to correct those mistakes at halftime right now. In the second half, hopefully we come out and have everything set and be ready to have a better second half.
All right, thank you, Coach. Going to the half. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, that was Coach Tyree Parker of Maritime Health Sciences. Stu, Tom, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Francis, and thank you, Coach. At halftime, it's 14-8. Canisius taking Maritime. We want to remind you that you're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
You are now part of this. This is now your school. Jump in with 2 feet. Your experience, your tenure, will be defined by that investment, by that decision. You've chosen the more challenging path, the path with more growth, the life-changing path. It may be marked with challenge and adversity. In fact, it will be. But we are all here to help you. We are part of an incredible network of schools and educational projects across the world. 3 million students will go to school this fall, from middle school to the greatest universities in the world, being educated by the Jesuits and their collaborators. 100 million people make up the alumni of Jesuit schools in 90 different countries. This place is special. Our network is special. Jump in with 2 feet.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
Life can be full of surprises, but not always the good kind. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Stu Boyer and Tom Prince back at the Stransky Complex, Kessler Field, where the Crusaders of Canisius have a 14-8 lead over Maritime. And the big play there for the Falcons was the interception by Naiwan Littlejohn. Really got Maritime back into this game.
Yeah, no doubt. And remember, the first time, Maritime Health Sciences has scored against Canisius in 4 years. That is something you build off into your halftime right there. You already heard Coach Ty Parker. What did he say? We need to fix things in the trenches, right? A couple people missed their assignments, he felt, and that was the reason for some of those holes that opened up the way that we saw them open up. And no doubt, that's where you were going to win and lose this game, right in the trenches. Start of the game, we said that's what I felt the advantage went to Canisius right now going into this game. But you did see towards the end there, that drive, Western New York Maritime Health Sciences win some of the trenches right there, where you saw the movement happen, right? You saw them actually gain momentum, running the ball and going straight up that A-gap, straight up the gut, doing everything they can to run the ball. This is going to get to be a very interesting, half right here. And if I'm correct, Maritime gets the ball to start off.
I think you're right. And interestingly enough, they've got to have more confidence now than they've ever had against the Canisius team, because that was an impressive drive.
I 100% agree. And it all started based upon their defense right there coming up big, right? And we saw it was actually their defense getting penetration on the quarterback, actually hits the quarterback and causes that not to be the pass he wants, interception. And really, you're talking about legitimate plays, the reason why they did not get called touchdowns, right? Obviously a push in the back on one, and then the arm coming through and it being an incomplete pass. But if those weren't seen wholeheartedly, we'd be talking about this being a tie game right now. And, Western New York Maritime Health Sciences is right where they want to be. But you got to fix the trenches, because they're going to come out, and a bigger, stronger team sometimes can make second halves very difficult.
Well, and since Maritime does get the ball to start the second half, this is a huge, huge possession for them. Even if they don't get points, just to at least move the ball a little bit.
And that I agree with. It doesn't have to be necessarily points on the board, but you can't go 3 and out and give the ball back to Canisius and let them come down and try to score on you. So no doubt it is a very big job for Western New York Maritime Health Sciences to do what they said. Fix some of the things in the trenches right there so that they can go out and make something happen. But this right now, I got to be honest, it's going to be win or won or lost right in the middle in those trenches. You're going to look, and you've seen it. How many times do we say, boy, you saw it open up, right, for both teams? That's where the big runs came in. I'm going to tell everybody, look to play right there. That's where you're going to win or lose today.
So at halftime, it is Canisius 14, Maritime 8. When we come back, we'll hear from Francis Beck and head coach Craig Kurzanski. 14-8 Canisius at halftime. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
You are now part of this. This is now your school. Jump in with 2 feet. Your experience, your time here, will be defined by that investment. By that decision. You've chosen the more challenging path, the path with more growth, the life-changing path. It may be marked with challenge and adversity. In fact, it will be. As we are all here to help you. We are part of an incredible network of schools and educational projects across the world. 3.3 million students will go to school this fall. From middle school to the greatest universities in the world, being educated by the Jesuits and their collaborators. 100 million people make up the alumni of Jesuit schools in 90 different countries. This place is special. Our network is special. Jump in with 2 feet.
New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses, and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48 edge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681 4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
You see?
Let's go down to Francis Beck with Craig Krasansky.
All right, I'm here with Coach Krasansky of Canisius High School. Coach, you got off to a great start, especially running up the middle, but they got that Maritime got that interception in the second quarter. Momentum swinged a little bit. What was the message to your guys at halftime?
Really nothing. Just keep doing our thing, man. They got one big play on us on offense. Our mistake, the coverage-wise, but nothing, man. Games like this are one in the hearts of men. It has nothing to do with scheme or just who wants it more. We got 24 more minutes.
Real quick, a couple of your linemen did go down in that first half. What's the status of those guys?
I think one's out and one's going to try to come back in, but next guy up, man. Nobody feels sorry for you.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck the second half. Stu, Tom, back to you.
Well, Coach Krasansky does it again. Games are won in the hearts of men. How do you not like that?
And here's my interpretation. Smash mouth football, right? That's exactly what Dick Gallagher would say, right?
I was just going to say that when you said that.
And that's exactly what he's saying. If you're going to win it, you're going to have to beat me, and you're going to have to beat me in the trenches. He's saying exactly what we've been saying all game.
So Maritime will get the ball to start the second half. And now this one was once 14-0 Canisius. And then Maritime came back and scored, got the 2-point conversion, and that's where we are right now, 14-8. A completely different game from any time Canisius has played Maritime in the past. All those games had been extremely one-sided. Well, so far today, nothing one-sided about this one. Little John with the big play to turn the whole thing around for the Falcons.
And again, but Coach was right. It's been one play. His defense has completely stopped Maritime Health Sciences outside of one play. But one play has made it a one-score game. So that is the difference.
And that's what makes it so much fun. So we'll see how this half plays out. Now, interestingly enough, both teams have used two quarterbacks. Shamir Banks threw the long pass that was completed for Maritime. And for Canisius, Vincent Zimmerman threw the pass that was intercepted by Little John that helped turn the game around. Now, I think you said his arm might have gotten hit on that throw.
He was hit. There was penetration by Maritime Health Sciences in there.
So in other words, somebody besides Little John made a big play too.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was a team interception is what that was right there. No doubt about it.
So as the teams come back out on the field, Maritime will be going, as you look at it, from the left to the right, and Canisius will be defending that goal on the scoreboard side. It's like Mikey Doctor is going to kick off for the Crusaders. As you hear the noise pick up, DeGraffenried and Payne back deep, numbers 3 and number 4, as the second half is underway. The kick will bounce, and it's fielded at about the 30-yard line by Thompson. And Thompson goes to the far side, and he's finally brought down at about the 36-yard line. Jeremy Thompson picked that one up, ran across the field, and was brought down. And now Maritime will have it 1st and 10 to start the second half. And as Tom and I pointed out and we agree on, this is a huge drive right here for Maritime. They want to be able to move the ball. Obviously, they'd love to score, but it just seems that it's important they get to establish the fact that they can move the ball consistently. So 1st and 10. Webster back in at quarterback. Looks like he'll be taking a shotgun snap. He scored the touchdown, and already we get a flag right off the bat. And we have too many men on the field for Maritime. It's against the Falcons, and they will be backing up. And that's not the start that Coach Tyree Parker would be ever looking for. They'll back them up 5. It'll be 1st and 15. You just can't have that kind of penalty happen.
Not when you're trying to build off momentum, right? You're trying to start something off positive.
So now Webster gets set for the shotgun snap. And a little bit of a high snap. He hands it off. That's a good, hard run there. Ball's out. Fumble. I think Canisius has it. And they do. A good, hard run. And I believe that was Thompson who coughed it up. And the ball's recovered by Mason Allnut, who's alertly been on the ball. That's the 2nd time today. And it'll be 1st and 10 Canisius. So unfortunately for the Falcons, good field position and all that momentum from the end of the first half is now gone like yesterday's starting pitcher. Because they say in baseball, the momentum is the next day's starting pitcher.
I thought you were alluding to the Yankees on that one is what you were doing.
No. I would, well, no, it's just, in baseball, the next day's starting pitcher.
I'm teasing, you know that.
Yeah. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Panuchev hands it off. Coming to the near side is Yancey, and he's run out of bounds, and he hops over the bench. Nice run there by Damari Yancey. Good gain on 1st down. When the story of this game is completely written, we might look back on that fumble and say, for all the good that Maritime did after the interception, that turned it back completely the other way.
Yeah, especially if they come down and score a touchdown here, because it was just what we're talking about. Back to 2 scores right here. Back to that, 14-0 type mentality that started this game.
Panuchev takes the shotgun snap, hands it off, and nowhere to go for Dyrell Howard-Dolson. That'll be 3rd down.
And Howard Dolson, you don't realize how big he is as a back, right? He is, he is absolutely bigger than you think out there. He's listed at 6 foot 215, and I'll tell you, he runs the ball hard, and we've seen that already multiple times today.
So a 3rd down for the Crusaders, about 3rd and 5 or 6. Panuchev looks to the sidelines. Back to pass. He's got time. He throws toward the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Canisius. Jaden Clark. And the Crusaders strike early in the 3rd quarter. 37 yards for the TD from Panuchev to Clark. And it's a 20-8 lead for Canisius. And my, oh my, from Maritime, the fumble. Wow, what a quick turn. Canisius takes advantage of the break and punches it in for 6.
Boy, he threw that, though, where only he could get that. What a perfect throw, as it was either going to be caught by him or not caught by anybody. What a great throw. Perfect placement right there for the touchdown.
So 20-6 Crusaders.
And see what I mean? Remember I talked about this 2-point thing, whether we were going to see it come into play? We're seeing it come into play right now as they're going to go for 2.
Panuchev with Howard Dolson in the backfield. Rico Brown into the game for the Crusaders. Panuchev rolls to the right, came left, rolls right, and he's thrown down to the turf. And the ball is loose and fallen on, but the 2-point conversion is no good, and a horse collar tackle is against Maritime. So it looks like they get another chance for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I think they'll do half the distance to the goal right here. And then I'll tell you, I actually was shocked you didn't go right to number 7, Howard Dolson, on that one. But now that you're getting half the distance to the goal, I'm going right up the gut with Howard Dolson right here.
But it looked like he wanted to go left, decided he wasn't going to go that way, and then ran to the right. And that's when Maritime caught up to him and threw him to the turf. So another key mistake by Maritime.
So I think this is going to be a wildcat to Dolson.
I think, well, they've done it before. Isn't that how they got the first down?
Well, hold on.
Why is the ball on the 7 is a very good question. Shouldn't it be closer to the 2? It seems to be an odd spot.
That's where he got tackled.
I don't know if that's a spot foul.
Horse collar tackle on extra point is a spot foul. We're going to kick it.
Yeah, it looks like they might kick the extra point now. You learn something new every day. I didn't know that was a spot foul. Did you?
No.
Has to be. It's the only thing I can think
yeah,
of.
It has to be. That's the reason why they're right there.
Domenico Colleccia on to kick the extra point. Kick is up and good. And Canisius leads this one 21-8 very early in the third quarter. Great throw and catch from Panuchev to Clark for 6.
Well, think about that. 10:49 left in the third quarter, right? You literally go a minute and 11 seconds. And how did that switch that quickly, right? It just says, momentum can be a big thing, and that momentum just switched right back to Canisius.
Turnovers, that's, Canisius did what you're supposed to do when you get a turnover. Make them pay, and they did. So now we'll see exactly what Maritime can do to stay in the game. They've taken a gut punch, got smacked right across the mouth. We'll see how they respond. So Doctor will kick this one off. Payne and DeGraffenreid are the deep men. And the kick is knocked down by Thompson, picked up at about the 30-yard line, tries to go toward the far side, cuts back to the near side, and he is sandwiched by a couple of Canisius special teams players. And it'll be 1st and 10 Maritime at the 35-yard line. It'll be their second possession of the half. The first one, of course, ending in that disastrous fumble. So you know that the Falcons had the interception in the first half that helped them out. Then in the second half, they fumbled and paid for it. And now it's 1st and 10 at the 35 for the Falcons. And there's the handoff from Banks to the running back, and there's nowhere to go. Antoine Caesar is brought down in the backfield for a loss. Hunter Jancy on the play, on the tackle there. A loss of 4, 2nd and 14.
Big defensive play right here, right? And now you're almost forcing Western New York Maritime Health Sciences to go to the air right now.
And all the momentum is all with Canisius now. I mean, everything is rolling their way. Banks in at quarterback. He rolls to the far side, looks to throw, could be in big trouble. He gets the ball away, incomplete, no one near that football. I mean, there was no one even close. Canisius looking for an intentional grounding call. I mean, there wasn't a white shirt on this half of the field.
There it goes. Here it is. That is right there.
Now they throw the flag. And, I think I might be a little upset if it took officials so long to determine a touchdown and why that wasn't intentional grounding in the first place.
Well, again, you notice a lot of intentional grounding gets thrown that late. They come back, they talk about it, they do the thing, and then the flag gets thrown. That is something we see often with intentional grounding, so I get that one. But you're right. I won't lie that we did wonder why it did take so long for that call, a touchdown. But listen, they communicated, they got it right. That's all you could ever ask for, right? That's all you could ever ask for, and that's exactly what and they got the call right.
Third down, the ball's at the 15. They have to get out to the 45. 3rd and 30 for the Falcons. Now Webster back in at quarterback, and he's back to pass. And down he goes. No chance. He's sacked. And Tyrell Howard-Dolson on the sack. And it's 4th and about 35 yards for Maritime, and their special teams will have to come up with a good punt here. Devon Grooms is their punter, and he might be punting. He'll be punting from his end zone.
And if I'm Canisius, I'm going after this one.
You betcha. Doctor standing at his own 45-yard line with, I believe that's Yancey on the far side. And let's see what the Crusaders do. I think you're right. They're coming. He gets the kick away, and it's an end-over-end kick, and it'll go about 10 yards before it goes out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 Crusaders at about their own 24-yard line. I don't think anyone got a hand on the ball.
It's almost the same exact starting position, you know what I mean? In fact, even better than the turnover where the turnover was.
And from the Falcons' standpoint, the defense had better find a way to get a stop here. It's 21-8. And this third quarter has been all Canisius. And it all started with a Maritime fumble that the Crusaders recovered. 1st and 10 Crusaders at the Maritime 25-yard line. And Panuchev leads them out of the huddle. Last time at this spot, he threw with a snap is low on the ground. Panuchev smartly falls on it. The snap was low. He tried to pick it up, catch it. He couldn't, and then just as soon as he realized that, he smartly fell on the ball. So it'll bring up 2nd down, a loss of 3 or 4 on the play.
But smartly fell on it, right?
Yeah.
And I agree. Picked it up, realized he couldn't, and got down right on there to make sure that didn't turn into a much worse play than what it could have been.
2nd down for the Crusaders. Looking to add to that 21-8 lead, and they have a golden opportunity to do just that. Panuchev to throws to the near side. It's caught inside the 20. Taken in by Jaden Clark, and they got a good chunk of what they needed. Now they're in 3rd and manageable. 3rd down and 4 at the 19-yard line. And in this part of the field, you can bet your bottom dollar Craig Krasansky will use both downs to go for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Panuchev hands it off to the near side, and a 1st down for Yancey. It's inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Crusaders.
Another injury coming here for Canisius.
I can't see who's down.
He's going to try to fight through this.
Oh, number 62. Yeah. Patrick Enright, a sophomore. And looks like he's staying in the game.
He looks hurting, though. Boy, give him credit. Boy, he's fighting through it, though. Give him credit.
Sure is. 1st down for the Crusaders. Panuchev fakes the handoff, rolls to the right. He's in trouble. He gets the ball away. Oh, incomplete. Great effort by Nizel Lash. Ball was a little high over his outstretched arm, and he couldn't quite pull it in. It'll be second down for the Crusaders.
I got to be honest, that was great effort by Panuchev because the fact that he even got that one off before that sack comes into play does a great job to even give his wide receiver there an opportunity to make a play. Great effort right there.
Second down for the Crusaders. And from the Falcons' standpoint, who is going to step up and make a play here? Because somebody needs to make a play. Looks like we're getting a timeout on the field. Timeout on the field with the score, Canisius 21, Maritime 8. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective pediatric care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're
back as it's second down for the Crusaders. Panuchev takes the shotgun snap, hands it off, going around the far side and getting close to the end zone, but not getting in. It's Jaden Clark. So Maritime with the stop there. It'll be third and goal from about the 1 yard line. Well, someone from Maritime stepped up and made a big play to keep him from getting into the end zone. Wow. Third and goal for the Crusaders. Dolson up the middle. Touchdown. So Canisius makes it 27-8 off the Wildcat and the touchdown. So the third quarter has belonged entirely to the Crusaders.
And I think they're going to go for two now on this one.
I think you're right. And I think that they'll do what you said earlier, Dolson on the Wildcat again.
Well, he's out the court. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because he's going to go out. Look at that as a tight end.
And it's Dolson. He passes it over the top, and it's caught.
To Walker.
To Walker for the two-point conversion.
That's who I saw go out to the tight end spot. Was Walker goes out to the tight end spot. Great job. That's that old Tebow play that you used to see, right? Where he'd run up and jump over and then get it. That's that Tebow play that I call right there.
I was fully expecting him to get across the goal line with the ball, and I saw the ball go up in the air, and that makes it 29-8 in favor of Canisius.
With 5:59 still left inside the third quarter right there, Stu. I mean...
Thank you for the clock update, which for our viewers, I can't see it.
But, I mean, what a change. And you went in, you saw Coach Ty Parker went into halftime really believing that momentum was on his side and that they just needed to fix up some things on that line. And really what you've seen is an adjustment by Canisius, who hasn't really run the ball a ton except for down really on the goal line, really have done it by the pass in the second half and the defense in the second half, because you've got a turnover and then you had a great job on downs where they went 3 and out. Now the big question is, what's the answer for Western New York Maritime Health Sciences? Because if you don't, now you could be talking about Canisius really opening this game up.
Well, that fumble, and give Canisius credit, they got the fumble, Allnut recovered it, and they went right in and scored. And now DeGraffenried Reed on the kickoff at the 25, and he's popped gets out to about the 28, 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Maritime as the Falcons. There's a flag right out there where the tackle was made. Let's see which way this one goes.
1st and 10 Falcons. We have a flag over on the same area.
Let's see, is Maritime going to be backing up again? Personal foul against Canisius, so the Crusaders make their first mistake of the second half. And that should move the ball down the field a bit for Maritime.
Should give them the best starting position they've really had here in the second half. Really, if you think about it, probably the best starting position since the turnover, right, where they had right at the 50,
Yes.
or they had that at the 40-yard line. Actually, is where they started.
Yes. And that would have been better field position if they didn't take the penalty.
Well, it would have been a touchdown.
You can't get better field position than that. 1st and 10 at the 45 for the Falcons, who really need some offense here, and they need it in a hurry, trailing now by 21, 29-8. Jeremy Thompson split wide to the bottom of your screen. Webster hands it off, and there's no room to run there as the Crusaders stuff it. I think that was Caesar on the carry, and he had literally nowhere to go. Like the second the ball was in his hands, he got hit.
And it looked like on that tackle was number 63, Nick Kerwin on the tackle right there. The senior 6'5" right there. You know what I mean? Another big boy that they bring out.
And Caesar is having trouble walking to get off the field for Maritime. You can see him right there at about the 46-yard line. And we have both teams in huddles around their coaches. I didn't see if anyone had called the timeout, but it'll be 2nd down for Maritime.
So, Stu, we, as you know, we know, but our fans may not know that we're both big Syracuse fans, right?
Yes.
And boy, when's the last time we heard Syracuse could possibly start a season 3-0? I don't know if I remember. It may be back in the McNabb days. And they're up right now by 3, 2:46 left, and they have the ball right now.
Well, hopefully they do something with it, and you are right. I had the game on when I was driving over the pregame show, right? The last time they were 3-0, I think, was 1995 when Donovan McNabb and Marvin Harrison were there.
And I didn't even hear the pregame show.
I'm pretty sure that's what they said. And now my wife, Susan, is she likes to mock me for the teams I root for. She has fun with me. But she's a big Notre Dame fan. Syracuse is winning, and Notre Dame couldn't beat a high school team.
Oh, no.
I don't know what's going on with the Irish. But we have 2nd down here for Maritime.
And we'll give some scoring updates, what we got right now at the end of this play.
Yeah, you showed me an Ohio State score that seemed surprising unless I read that wrong. 2nd down for Maritime. Webster awaits that shotgun snap. He's got it, takes a step back, looks to throw, rolls to the right, throws it deep, way downfield. He's got a man, but it's incomplete. Incomplete, it'll be 3rd down. He had a man, but the pass wasn't there. I think it was intended for Isaiah Thornton, number 19. And the ball, it had the distance, but not in the proper spot. So it'll bring up 3rd down. Webster showing his arm on that one. Just couldn't, the accuracy wasn't quite what it needed to be.
Here's a score update. At halftime, Starpoint leads Hutch Tech 20-12 at halftime in that one.
3rd down for Maritime, and Webster takes a timeout. Any more scores you want to share?
The last update we've got from the St. Francis game, they lead 41-21 over Rush Henrietta, which is the last update we've got in that game.
Rush Henrietta usually has a pretty good program there.
So does St. Francis.
Yeah. well, I meant that more for our Section 6 viewers.
Stop.
Yes, and St. Francis always does. They have you could argue, and I don't think I would argue, Jerry Smith, best coach in Western New York. He's a great coach. A lot of great coaches.
We got a lot of them, absolutely. But you'd put him
right
in that upper echelon, absolutely. Class act, no doubt. And he's run a fantastic program over there. And we've got two great ones right here. I mean, Coach Krasinski, another fantastic coach. He wouldn't be coaching 30 years, right, if it wasn't for that.
True.
Coach Ty Parker, what he's done for this Western New York Maritime Health Sciences program has been unbelievable, both on the football field and Ty with health sciences on the basketball court. He has been phenomenal for this program.
3rd down and long for Maritime. Webster back to pass. He throws deep downfield, down the far side, incomplete. And the Thompson fell down. He wanted a flag, but there was no contact there. He just fell, and it's incomplete. It'll bring up a 4th down. But a nice try to get the call. You never fault somebody for that. It looked like he just fell. And if
they bumped. I mean, obviously they were both going for the spot to the ball, but you saw the defender straight line, didn't move, didn't stray, right? There was no interference there whatsoever.
So 4th down, and it looks like Maritime is going to go for it here.
And again, you're down by 21, right? You're trying to make something happen here. I get this. It's the flip side that we talked about with Coach Krasinski earlier, right? You believe that you've really, in the first half, shown that your defense can play with Canisius.
And we have a timeout taken by Canisius. 29-8, Crusaders lead Maritime. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
4th down for Maritime. They've got to get to the Canisius 46-yard line. Webster. Shotgun snap. Back to pass. He throws over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Marquise Miller. And it'll be Canisius ball as they turn him over on downs. 3 straight incomplete passes by the Falcons, and now the Crusaders will look to add to their 21-point lead.
And that was tough right there for Webster. He had to get that ball off. Another second, and he takes a sack on that one. He's got to get that ball off, and just unfortunately couldn't get to his man, because if he had another second, that guy was wide open right there for a 1st down right in the middle of the field.
Well, let's see what Canisius does here. See if they want to keep it on the ground and work the clock a little bit. Still in the 3rd quarter here. This one has been all Canisius here in this quarter at least. Maritime had its best quarter in the 2nd when they scored. They'll throw Panuchev, and it's caught, and breaking into the clear is Doctor, and he's going to go all the way for the Canisius touchdown. Mikey Doctor. And now it's a 35-8 game. The first play, Panuchev to Doctor for the touchdown.
Wow, what do you say? You know, you go to your big player. We talked about it early in the game, right? We said the player you need to watch out for at Canisius, Mike Doctor, and here he comes up big for his team to really, at this point, kind of break this one open.
I was just going to say, I hate to say it for Maritime, but that, I think, is the complete backbreaker. And they will try to add the extra point. Kick is up and good. And now it's 36-10 8 in favor of Canisius.
But every team, you know what I mean, even though we're saying that up in air, right? That's what we believe. But at the same time is you got to go in belief that, anything can happen. Proof in the pudding was last night in Orchard Park and Sweet Home, right? We saw 28 points put up in 3 minutes. In 3 minutes to begin the second quarter, right? Anything is possible. Momentum can shift like that, right? Really can just shift, and you got to take advantage of it when it happens your way. That momentum, so far, the shift has been the fumble that you've alluded to, and the momentum shifted right to Canisius, and from here on, you've really seen it all them.
Canisius has outscored Maritime 22-0 here in the third quarter.
And really, when you look at it, right, 22-0 in less than 8 minutes time, right?
Yes.
7 minutes. Really, 7 minutes time is what that is.
Yes. So Canisius will kick it off.
The young man who just scored the touchdown will now kick for the Crusaders, Michael Doctor.
And Doctor will put his foot into it, end over end kick, and we got whistles, and something happened there that they're going to have to kick that again.
Probably got to be an offsides
on Canisius, so they'll back them up 5 and kick it off again. Got to be a frustrating afternoon for the Maritime players. They were right in the thick of this at halftime, and then unfortunately for them, in the second half, they've made mistakes, and Canisius has capitalized on them. So now Canisius will kick it off from the 35-yard line. Mikey Doctor will. To Graffin Reed and Payne are back deep. End over end kick. Takes a bounce at about the 20. Fielded by Payne. Goes up the middle and he's stopped and the ball's out. The ball is out. Let's see who's got it. Canisius says they do. No official word from the men in the stripes. That's Canisius ball. So once again, Maritime turns it over. And they have played with fire and they have been burned. 1st and 10 Crusaders at the Maritime 30. Wow.
Yeah, not much more than you could say is exactly that, Stu, is wow. But Canisius has taken advantage of every opportunity that they've created, right? And they've created these opportunities, right? They've caused these fumbles. They're out there doing everything and playing right to the whistle.
So 1st and 10 Crusaders from the Falcons' 30-yard line. And Lash gets the handoff, spins away from a tackler, and it finally brought down. No gain or very little, no more than a yard or 2 on that. Good effort, but he was wrapped up almost immediately by Littlejohn as soon as he got the ball, so it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, if I'm at this point, boy, if I'm Canisius, I want to take some time off this clock right now. You know what I mean? I'm going to run the ball. And again, when you've got a lead like this is when you're tired, it really comes out, right, when you're on the other side of this. Now you've got to take advantage of the line that you've got and really give your running backs the opportunity for these holes so that you could just keep running the ball, moving the ball, and just keep that clock moving, and moving.
2nd down for the Crusaders. And the pass is caught. No, it's dropped. Clark dropped it. Panuchev threw it to Clark. He got a couple of hands on it, but dropped the ball, bring up 3rd down. You kind of look at the body language of the kids from the Falcons on the defensive side, and it doesn't look like they're filled with confidence at the moment.
Well, it's tough when you know what I mean?
Yeah, when a game spins out of control, right?
Yeah, and it really is. It's just been a few plays. And it's funny how you can go back in a game and pretty much pick a play that said, this is the turning point of the day. And we've seen that today.
Panuchev, shotgun snap. Still got the ball, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 34, 33-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Crusaders. I didn't see who wrapped them up, but they did a good job. Walker comes into the game and Rico Brown comes out. Panuchev goes back to the huddle. 4th down for the Crusaders. Well, they have the liberty with a big lead. If they want, they can take a crack at the end zone, and the way their defense is played, and we get whistles, and a timeout is taken by Canisius. 36-8, Canisius leading Western New York Maritime. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
You're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Panuchev throws, caught on the near side by Dyrell Howard Dolson. And I think he's a little short of the first down, so the Falcons will take over on downs. 1st and 10 for Western New York Maritime, as the Falcons are looking for any kind of a spark, and maybe stopping the Crusaders on downs will give them some kind of spark here as we get late in the 3rd quarter. First and 10 Maritime. So and now Banks back in at quarterback for Maritime. Back to pass, he throws, incomplete, intended for Thompson over his head, and it'll be 2nd down, and that will stop the clock as we get late in the 3rd quarter.
Second and 10.
And once again, that is the coaching staff of one of the teams, not us.
Boy, what a shootout. So we just getting updates from the Syracuse game. It was literally 2 minutes left. Syracuse was up, and then Purdue scores a touchdown, and now Syracuse goes back and scores a touchdown.
2nd down for Maritime, trailing this one 36-8. Payne goes in motion. Banks throws it, and incomplete. Nice defensive play by Kyrie Wilkinson, and they're going to call him for pass interference. Looked like he had that. He reached out with his left arm, knocked the ball down, and maybe had his right arm wrapped around the wide receiver, is what I'm going to say. Let's see if they pick up the flag or not. Let's see. Yep, pass interference against Canisius. So it's a 1st down for Maritime. And they'll give up a big chunk of yardage. Take the ball all the way out to the 42-yard line. So a big break for Maritime there, as they had them stopped. Excuse me, that's the 41-yard line. And now Banks back to pass. He's in trouble. He gets away. And no, he didn't get away. He's brought down for the sack all the way back at about the 35-yard line. Mason Allnut again, this time on the sack. He's having quite a day. Recovered the big fumble to start the second half, and he gets the sack right there. Second down. And the Falcons have to go all the way to the Canisius, a 49-yard line for a first down with the ball spotted at about the 36 or 37-yard line in their end of the field.
It's the first play in a while we've even seen the clock ticking. There's been a lot of passing by, I mean, even Canisius, right?
Yeah.
Not really running the ball, passing the ball right now.
I was just going to say, it seems like this third quarter has taken a long time. I don't like to say things like that, but that's the way it feels. And part of that is that Canisius has opened up the big lead, and now Banks, and down he goes. Kevon Walker throws him to the turf, and there's a flag on the play.
They're going to call this a horse collar right here. But, boy, I got to tell you, I thought he had underneath there. I didn't think he had the collar. I thought he had the, underneath the pads right there. He just had jersey. But they're going to call this saying it's a horse collar.
Well, once again, a huge break for the Falcons. Walker had him and tossed him kind of like a rag doll. And second down and 14. And the ball is at the 37-yard line. They have to go to the Canisius 49-yard line.
And remember, Stu, these are not automatic first downs. Even though in the NFL it is that you watch, it is an automatic first down. You have to get the yards. Only 4 plays are automatic first downs in high school.
Banks back to pass. And he's grabbed and spins away after having his jersey grabbed. He throws deep downfield and caught. And running into the end zone for the touchdown is Timothy Bryant. Well, a great play there. Somehow Banks got loose, threw it down, and it looked like the ball bounced off a defender's hands right to Banks.
First of all, I can't believe he wasn't sacked back here, right? The fact that he gave himself the opportunity to get that play off was amazing. And then gets down that you see makes the play, and then breaks a tackle down here and runs it in. Unbelievable play. That right there is a highlight reel.
Timothy Bryant catches the touchdown pass to make it 36 to 14. And they'll go for 2, obviously. Banks rolls to the right, stopped in his tracks, and he still has the ball. He throws, and it's incomplete. And there's a flag on that play.
I think it was a hold that was declined.
So that'll make it 36 to 14 late in the third quarter.
Stu, who do you got on that touchdown? 6? 6 catch that ball? 8?
Timothy Bryant on the touchdown reception. And so Maritime closes the gap just a little bit, making it 36 to 14. And now they will kick it off to Canisius.
So a minute left right now inside the third quarter. And, here's the positive that you're looking up for Coach Ty Parker, right? You now have put up 14 points against a team that you haven't scored against in 3 years, right? That's a positive that you've got to build off now for Western New York Maritime Health Sciences. That's what Coach Ty Parker does, right? He takes on these teams for them to learn, to get better, to make a run. Their goals and aspirations are not just to win a sectional title, right? They want to go after and go farther and try to go for a state title, right? That's what their aspirations. So they believe in order to do that, you need to play the best, which is why they're out here playing Canisius right now. And he will absolutely take some positives out of this game to show that we are ready to take the next level.
And they made it all the way to the state semifinals last year.
Absolutely.
Grooms kicks it off, end over end kick, takes a bounce, fielded, And Clark, I believe, takes it out to about the 36-yard line. Will a 20-yard return be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders? Leading this one 36-14. So now the score in the third quarter is 22-6 in favor of Canisius. A huge series by Maritime. Got a little help that time. It was Canisius making the mistake on the horse collar tackle. And 1st and 10 Crusaders at their own 35-yard line.
And we're still in the third quarter. 53 seconds still left inside the third quarter.
It feels like this third quarter is taking longer than the whole first half. Panuchev hands it off. There's really nowhere to run. Jeremy Clark. Loss of a yard on the play. 2nd and 11 for the Crusaders. And I get a final text from my wife. They win 32-29. Purdue was up 9-3 at half. Syracuse 32-29. They're 3-0. How about that?
I got one for you, too.
Panuchev drops the snap and handing the ball off to Yancey, and he's going to take a big loss here as they blow the whistle. And it'll be 3rd down for the Crusaders. And you got a text, too. What's that one say? Best game ever. Watch they win crazy game over Purdue. Well, that's from your son Luke, who played in a pretty crazy game himself last night. And
yes, he was a part of that Orchard Park, you know what I mean, Sweet Home game that we've alluded to a couple times today.
And I think the third quarter has perhaps finally come to a close.
It has.
So after 3 quarters, let's go down to Francis Beck on the field.
All right, Stu, Tom, the kid who caught the first touchdown pass of this second half, Jaden Clark. He's a sophomore for the Canisius team, and he's actually their leading receiver coming into this game, over 160 receiving yards on the season. He also plays defense, only a sophomore, and I'm already told he's getting interest from some colleges to play at the next level. Definitely a young star for this Crusaders team. We're really hoping as this team gets older, as he gets older, can really help build this program up. Stu, Tom, send it back to you.
Thank you, Francis. And by the way, Tom, I was told before the game one of the schools showing interest in Clark, Syracuse. So pretty good timing today, huh?
Syracuse has been coming into the background. As we already know, they've got one right now. They got Kevin Jobity of Maryville on the team listed out there at Syracuse this year. Next year, we already know Rashad Perry is going to be going there, and now we could be talking about more. It means Syracuse finally looking in the background here because Western New York has got some absolute athletes to be able to show that they can provide.
So 3rd down for the Crusaders. Panuchev runs to the near side. Still got it. He's running and brought down. That looked like a horse collar tackle, too, and there's the flag. I didn't see who brought him down, but it looked for a moment like Panuchev was going to be able to turn the corner. Then he was grabbed, and it was a horse collar tackle. And so that'll be a penalty against Maritime. Was that Thompson on the tackle? Who chased him down. Isaiah Thornton on the tackle, and he takes the penalty. And that will move the ball into Maritime territory. Oh, no, it was Canisius all the way out to the 49-yard line. 36-14, Canisius leading this one. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders at their own 49. And there's a handoff coming to the near side. It's Yancey. What a move, and he finally gets decked out of bounds. Made a great move to turn that into a positive play. And Naiwan Littlejohn is the man who popped him, and he got a good stick on him. And we got another flag on the play. Are they trying to stretch this into a long quarter, too? And an illegal block in the back on Canisius. So that'll take him back a few yards. was kind of hoping that the fourth quarter would move along a little faster than the third. To be perfectly honest, that was. I don't think I'm alone in that. Looking at the guys sitting nearby. So it's Canisius with the ball back at their own 39-yard line. Still first down. Panuchev back to pass, in trouble. He completes it to Walker, and Walker takes it out to about the 50-yard line, where it'll be second down. Well, Panuchev did a nice job hanging in there, and Walker did a nice job getting some positive yards on that play.
Obviously a screen pass, you know what I mean? That was set up right there, perfect to get them back to the original line of scrimmage right here. But a nice screen. You can see when that breakaway happens, your quarterback's just got to remain calm because you know you're going to have your open man right there for you.
Second down and about 11 for the Crusaders. The snap is low, and Panuchev goes down. The snap was on the ground. He had his fingers on it, and then he got buried by a couple of tacklers, including Montrese Webster. And it'll bring up a third down for the Crusaders. 3rd and 14. Been a banner day so far for at least Syracuse football fans.
Yeah, and we've also got some great games here, right?
Yes, we do.
And you got to consider a banner day inside the Monsignor Martin Conference, right, where we know St. Francis is going to get a win. Right now, Canisius leading big right here, and that's big for the Monsignor Martin Conference here in Western New York.
So third down for the Crusaders from their own 45-yard line. About 14 yards to go for the first down. Panuchev gets the snap. That pass is blocked, knocked down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be fourth down. Greg Smith looked like he got his hand. Oh, no, that was Taiwan Hughley. And that'll bring up fourth down, and we may actually see a Canisius punt for the first time today. At least I think it's the first time. But then again,
will we? Because he's gone for it every other time, and I see the quarterback home back out.
Yeah, as soon as you said this, well, maybe not. There's Panuchev, and unless they're just going to have him pooch it or something, but they're going to line up and look like they're going for it. That's what I might be thinking, a quick kick, but nope, he's going to throw it. Panuchev back to pass, and now he's going to take off and run, and he's into Maritime territory and brought down at about the 48-yard line. So Maritime will take over on downs.
Big tackle there by Lamont Chamberlain, who comes up with the big tackle right there for Western New York Maritime Health Sciences. And now, listen, another positive. Right? Can you put more points up on the board here, right? Because that is something to me that these guys can really build off. There are times a team can actually have a loss and really turn it into a positive and say this is how we're going to lead ourselves into conference play. Because you got to remember right now, for the rest of the way, you've got Canisius, and we've already heard it. Star Point's going to be after that for Western New York Maritime. Then they go out of conference and take on Bennett, right? Which is a game, again, you got to be ready for. Amherst, Ken East, and South Park to finish it off.
Oh, the snap is low on the ground. Banks goes back to pick it up. Oh, and the ball's still loose, and I think Canisius has it. Canisius ball, the bad snap. Quarterback couldn't handle it, and it rolled away from him. He tried to fall on it. Canisius fell on the ball, and unfortunately another Crusaders player appears
and it's him.
To be
it's actually Caleb McKenzie who fell on it.
Oh, hopefully he just fell on it and got the wind knocked out of him. And now the trainers are out looking at McKenzie. So 36-14 here in the fourth quarter. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
9:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Canisius up big, 36-14. The Crusaders have just recovered a fumble on a low snap that the Maritime quarterback couldn't handle. He tried to pick it up. It rolled back to him. He tried to pick it up, and he was unable to grasp the ball, and Canisius fell on it. So the Crusaders get the ball, 1st and 10 at the Maritime 29-yard line, looking to add to their big lead. Panuchev awaits the shotgun snap, empty backfield. He throws, caught by Doctor on the far side, tries to get around one player and does. Ball's out. Ball's loose on the floor. Somebody knocked the ball away. Maritime thinks they have it.
Yeah, I think that stayed with Canisius, though, Stu.
Let's see. And the officials say it is Canisius ball. So somebody from Maritime was able to pop that ball out of there. And we have another Crusaders player down. Looks like it. I think I saw some trainers heading out there.
Yeah, and I want to say it's Colin Smith.
But he was down earlier, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he gutted it out and came back into the game. So 36-14 Canisius. Let's take another quick timeout. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company.
2nd down and 5 for the Crusaders. You can hear the wind picking up a little bit. There's a handoff coming to the near side, and there's nowhere for him to run as they string it out.
The Red Raiders go final, by the way, here.
They
still.
did. They beat Rush Henrietta.
They did, 47-28. So there's a final right there for us on the day. I'll see if I can get us a final on the other game that we were looking at.
Was that Star Point?
Star Point Hutch Tech is what it was.
So Evan Dean was not able to turn the corner. Maritime did a really nice job of stringing that one out. And
actually, it looks like the end of the 3rd quarter, Stu, it stayed 20-12
for
the Star Point Hutch Tech game. So it looks like no scoring happened in the 3rd quarter right there, and Star Point's still hanging in there. Give them credit as they're stepping up, trying to play a double-A team right now.
It's always good to see that kind of stuff, and that's the thing you got to tip your cap to. I don't know if any other coach does as much of that as Coach Parker does.
Oh, step up and play. No, there's he is one of the absolute best at doing it. I think you got to give Bennett credit this year as they're stepping out, being to step up, but they've had to go out of the area to do it, right? They're doing it against McDowell. They're doing it against Ohio, the team they just played this week. And, even though they've got 2 losses, I thought it was a great learning experience for that team to help them go for a run, because their aspirations are that they're going after a state championship. There's no doubt. That's what they believe.
Well, they made it to the championship game last year, and maybe they can do it again. Jeremy Thompson slowly walking off the field with the trainers.
Looks like 7:55 right now left inside the game.
Panuchev takes the snap, back to pass the screen, and it is dropped. Tyrell Howard-Dawson couldn't hang on to that one. That was clearly the screen. And now it's 4th and 6 for Canisius. So the Crusaders leading this one 36-14. At the very worst, we'll run some more time off the clock.
Well, that was an incomplete pass, so it actually did
stopped
stop
the
the
clock,
clock.
yeah.
So that's why it's should be 7:45 right now left inside the game.
Feels like it's been a long afternoon. That third quarter seemed to take forever to play. And that was a tough one for Maritime. 4th down here for the Crusaders. What will Coach Krasansky dial up here? Panuchev, back to pass. This time he's got time. Now he's going to throw it deep toward the corner of the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. What a catch. Great catch there. Rico Brown, and we got a flag on the play, probably for excessive celebration. I didn't see him spike it, but he could have. Now then, if he did a little dance, as you say, then that's probably what drew the flag. Rico Brown, well, that was a great catch, Tom. He just out-leaped the defensive back.
And right in the back of the end zone. Didn't have a lot of room back there either, and comes down with a fantastic reception.
That makes it 42-14, and they will look to add the extra point here. And Canisius trying to get set. Wonder if that was one of the younger offensive linemen getting a chance to play that they were moving back
Or
over.
yeah, we've also seen a couple injuries, right?
That's
Could
right.
be that they're trying to put somebody out there to, rest a guy.
There's the whistle, the snap, the put down, the kick is good, and that'll make it 43-14 in favor of the Crusaders. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
We're back at Canisius where the Crusaders lead this one big over Western New York Maritime, and they will once again kick it off. Canisius has showcased a number of weapons offensively today. And the kick is a high short kick, caught at about the 38-yard line and taken out to about the 48-yard line by Demetrius Payne. It'll be 1st and 10.
Nice tackle special teams by Laquan Anderson right there, number 20. Nice open field tackle right there.
So Maritime will see if they can close the gap here a little bit. And if Canisius can get the ball back, they might be able to hit the 50-point mark again, which They've done.
Listen, it's it's very 7:32. Like if you go 3 and out right here, that's exactly what you're giving the Canisius team the opportunity to do.
Banks, low snap, grabs it, runs to the near side, fires it deep downfield. It's wobbly, tipped, and incomplete. Well, Banks looked like he threw it as hard as he could. That one wobbled a little bit, and it was knocked down by the defense, and that will stop the clock.
Folks, if you get a chance to go to any high school games out there, right, and you really want to see before the early on in the game, what do you think's going to happen? I'm telling you, look at the practice beforehand. Take a look at the line play on one side, then go take at the line play at the other side. And I guarantee you, when you look at that and you make an observation, you're going to get a good feel of what could happen in this game.
Well, and you correctly called it again about the size of the linemen for Canisius, as you observed astutely when you went on the field before the game. And here's Banks, throws, caught by Payne on the near side, and he's tackled, popped at about the 49-yard line, a very short gain.
But Stu, it's not even the size of the guys out there, right? Watch the technique. Watch the way they're blocking. Watch what they do out there. You know when you see guys that are doing the right things, that have the ability to really come out there and protect their quarterback. When you see that, boy, you know that you've got an advantage right now. And if you've got an advantage in the trenches, it means you've got a good chance of having an advantage in your running game. And that's really what we've seen today.
Third down for Maritime. Banks back to pass. And he puts the ball down, he runs, then he throws deep downfield. He got a man wide open, and that's a touchdown for the Falcons. Amari DeGraffenried for the touchdown. He got wide open somehow. Canisius missed a coverage somewhere, and it's a touchdown. That's a great play on both ends by Maritime. DeGraffenried for getting so wide open, and Shamir Banks scrambling and finding him.
But a great job. Here it is, like Coach Ty Parker giving himself an opportunity for more positive things to discuss, right? You've just put up 21 points against a team you haven't scored against in 3 years. You got a chance to build off that to make your run the rest of the way in conference play.
Banks takes the shotgun snap, throws, and incomplete. Good defensive play, and then the flag comes out. I guess it wasn't that good a defensive
I thought
play.
he hit him early. I did. I thought he hit him in the back early.
So it's incomplete. Looked like that was on Griffin Reagan. And the contact was early, so Maritime will get another chance at the two-point conversion. So Banks having a pretty good day for the Falcons.
You can see right now 6:24 left in this game.
And the Falcons still fighting hard, trying to get back into it. Now he's under center. Banks is, and he'll hand it off, and coming to the near side and getting into the end zone for the two-point conversion. Nijon Littlejohn for the two-point conversion. And that cuts the Canisius lead to make it 43-24.
No, 43-22.
43-22. Okay. Canisius has the 21-point lead as we get late in the fourth quarter. So, and now Maritime scores, and what do they do on this kickoff? Looks like there's another. Are they walking out another penalty, or are they just bringing the ball out for the kickoff?
I think they're walking off. Are they going to walk off the penalty now?
Well, it looked like they were determined. It looked like they were walking off a penalty.
No, I think they were.
It just had that look.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
Had the look of, there was a penalty and we have to.
No, they were just. Western New York Maritime Health Sciences was set up on the wrong side of the field. That's all it was.
So Maritime will kick it off, trailing 43-22 late in the fourth quarter. They just scored on a great play. Yancey and Clark are back deep for Canisius. Something tells me that ball's not going to be kicked, either one of them.
Well, Canisius is starting to rest a lot of their
Yep.
players. Their linemen are all done. The guys we talked about, Sullivan, McKenzie, Enright, right? Doctors down there. So they're resting a lot of their guys right now, obviously.
And they do kick it deep. And it's taken by Yancey, who's got a long touchdown run earlier in the game, goes to the far sideline. Oh, and he's run out of bounds, and boom, a flag flies. Now, is that a flag on a Maritime kid who came off the bench to whack him? Is that what? It's on the far side, and something happened there. And now we get some more pushing and shoving, and this is not something we ever want to see with so many players on the field. And we got the Canisius guys running over. This is getting nasty. As you see all the players moving down toward the 40-yard line, the flag came out immediately as soon as there was contact on the far side. And the mayhem ensued, and now it appears that things have calmed down just a bit. And let's see what the flag is for and see if that's the only one.
And now you wonder what you really got to worry about, Stu, right now is ejections, because ejections now mean that you sit out a game, the next game right here. So you wonder now, you could see they're all huddling. What are they going to do right now? Does anybody get ejected from this game? That's the concern you've got to worry about.
Now, I could be wrong, but it looked like the Canisius player on the return went out of bounds and got hit by someone from the Falcons bench. But I couldn't be, I'm not close to sure at all. It's just what it looked like, and the flag came out immediately. And then you saw what ensued.
So this will be tough because I don't know if we're going to hear anything.
Right, let's see. Personal foul against Canisius. Personal foul against Maritime. Another personal foul against Maritime.
Oh, an ejection.
You say
He
who?
just, but he threw the hand over that somebody was ejected.
One on each side. Well, not good for anybody. Not good for the game.
I only saw the ejection come, though, on the point to Canisius.
Did you see what I saw over there? Did you?
I saw two go to Canisius, one go to Maritime is all that I saw.
Did you see when the play happened? Do you think that was someone who came off the bench? You couldn't tell
I
either.
couldn't tell through the melee. I really couldn't.
That's what it seemed to look like to me, so I don't want to be. Now, let's see. This will stretch out the fourth quarter a little bit longer as they sort out the penalties. As now the referee, Ben Drobitz, comes over to the Canisius sideline. They have a word with Coach Krzansky. Jim Morrow, the AD, is down there as well. Ben Drobitz trying to explain this. Now Krzansky walking out on the field with the referee. And now Craig will let him go.
So I apologize. So looking at the wrong way. This was actually two that went against Maritime is what it was. One against Canisius. And one guy out of Maritime is who got thrown out. So it should have been two Maritime, one Canisius, which is why they're marching off yards. And then they threw out one player, I think, over at Maritime.
It's only one ejection.
Yeah, and if you notice, there's a player over there on the end that has his
helmet off.
And also has jersey off right next to over there. So I don't know if, obviously, if that's the player, but obviously somebody looks like they've been thrown out.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Crusaders at the Maritime 38-yard line. And the Crusaders have changed quarterbacks. That was the flag came out, and it's a running play, and it's a short gain for Kyrie Wilkinson.
Nice tackle there by Jeremy Thompson. You can see him back in the game. Flag down.
And there's another flag. And it's a face mask against Maritime. Well, penalties have really hurt. And there's a false start against Canisius. So both teams taking penalties. So it seems like there's been a little bit of a loss of focus on the part of both teams.
So they're going with it's a dead ball foul. There was a dead ball foul, 5 yards against Canisius on that play.
So now Canisius has the ball, 1st and 14 for the Crusaders at the Maritime 42-yard line. Now there's a handoff, and that's Dolson up the middle, and he gets maybe 4 yards, if that. It was hard-earned runs, and Vincent Zimmerman is now in at quarterback for the Crusaders.
I was just going to say that, Stu. I mean, that we had to change a quarterback.
Okay.
It was literally, you were thinking the same exact thing I was.
That's kind of scary for both of us.
Well, we do think a lot of those
I know, we do.
at the same time. We really do.
Well, we've been doing this for a little bit now.
We learned from one of the best. We really did.
Hamilton takes the snap. He throws. It's tipped up in the air and intercepted. Picked off. And Dragonfeld still on his feet. He's going toward the end zone, and it's a Maritime touchdown. My goodness, Amari DeGraffenried picked off the tip ball and ran it back for a touchdown. And that'll make it 43-28 in favor of the Crusaders late here in the 4th quarter. So Maritime making a late push, making this a game.
Still 4:30 left inside the game. So remember, like we talked about, right? I said it to you earlier. I said, listen, you got to go back to even what we learned last night. 28 points in 3 minutes, anybody can do it, and momentum changes very quickly, right?
Yes, it does. And certainly now, all of a sudden, everything is going the Falcons' way. Graffenried picked off the deflected ball, ran it in about 58 or 60 yards for the touchdown.
And I think you've seen a lot of the linemen go back in for Canisius.
Tough day for Hamilton, for the Crusaders. Banks takes the snap, rolls to the near side, throws it, and it's caught in the back of the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Thanks to Bryant.
Bryant on the reception. And now 43-29. 43-30.
32 points. Yeah.
43-30. One of these days I'm going to learn math. 43-30. Canisius. And Maritime has put up 30 points on the Crusaders. That's not something you see every day, at least not when they're playing in Western New York.
And a lot because of defense.
Yes.
Right? You got to say the defense has really been what Western New York Maritime Health Sciences has been able to really rely on today, right? A couple of big plays. Even the touchdown they got was because their defense set it up, right? Defense absolutely been the key to success for Maritime Health Sciences.
No, they're within 13. This is suddenly a game.
And look at right now, the ball doesn't look like there's a tee out there, which means they may be trying to do some sort of onside kick. No, he's going to put it on the tee. So I apologize. I saw the way it laid down. I was wondering if they were going to do an onside right there.
Well, now do you put Panuchev back in the game?
Well, you wonder. I mean,
nothing against Hamilton.
No. You just say right at this point is you don't want any more momentum, right? You can't afford to go with 3 and out and see if they come down and score. You know, the craziest things that happen. I won't be surprised that we do see, the entire starters come back in.
And the kick goes more than 10 yards, and it may roll out of bounds. I didn't see if it went out of bounds. It's on the far side. If the kick. So it'll be 1st and 10 Crusaders, and we'll see where they spot the ball. Looks like they'll have it at about their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, he's been out since that hit.
And Doctor's still out on the.
And there's Panuchev back in the
Yeah,
game.
and this doesn't surprise me at all.
No, and Doctor's sitting on the bench in front of us.
He's still been out since that fumble, that hit that he took when he fumbled the ball. He's been out since that point.
That was a wicked hit. So Panuchev now back to direct this Crusaders offense. See if they want to. There's the handoff to Dawson, and Dawson does some hard running, but he's shoved back after a gain of 3 or 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And it almost looks like Doctor's getting ice on his hip, right? So you wonder if he got hit with his helmet kind of on the hip right there is where he got hit.
And he's not one who fumbles, so that was obviously quite a wallop.
Well, think about it. If somebody leads with that helmet and hits you there, like I get it.
Yeah, me too. Second down for the Crusaders. They lead 43-30 here in the fourth quarter. Been a very entertaining game, although the third quarter did take a while. And the ball's loose on the ground, but Panuchev recovers the fumble. That was not a great snap, although that one did look like it hit him in the hands, and he dropped it. But it's third down, and most importantly, I think, the clock continues to move.
And this is a big third down. You know what I mean? You don't want to turn this ball over and possibly give them. So it looks like a timeout's called, too.
The Falcons take a timeout. Canisius leads this one 43-30. You're watching high school football on Western New York Athletics.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home.
Third down, and Canisius will run the ball. Play started with 3:35 to play. And that'll bring up a fourth down. And guess what? We're going to have another timeout. And this time, that's got to be Maritime's last timeout of the half.
And I get why they're doing it, right? They want that clock to stop. You got 3:20.
Sure.
It looks like 3:25 left inside the half. And you got to think they're going to get a chance right now at fourth down. Do you punt right here? I mean, I think you got to think about punt. I know he doesn't like to punt. I get it. But I think you got to here. You cannot give them a possible short field here and a chance to be able to turn this into a one-score possession.
If they do punt, I believe it'll be the Crusaders' first punt of the day.
Yep, I agree.
And they lead this one 43-30. We're inside 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And let's see. Well, looks like Jaden Clark comes back onto the field. I thought maybe he was going to line up as the punter, but yeah, it looks like they're going for it on fourth down. Panuchev is
and hold on. No, well, they got the other quarterback out.
It's got to be a quick kick,
this
right?
has got to be,
And there it is, the quick kick. And he almost got blocked, and instead it goes out of bounds inside of Canisius territory. Oh, Hamilton. And there's a late flag. Now what?
That may be a sideline warning.
Well, a warning doesn't mean any yards.
Yeah, sideline warning. That's all that is.
Okay,
so nothing bad.
So a huge break there for Maritime. They have come back and made a game out of this.
Flag was a sideline warning on Canisius.
So Canisius gets the sideline warning. 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the Canisius 45-yard line.
1st and 10. Flip the down marker.
Banks. Shamir Banks at quarterback. He's had a pretty good day throwing the ball. Out of the shotgun snap. Banks back to pass. He's got some time. He throws deep downfield and incomplete. And it looked like he had a man open, but he couldn't quite get him the ball. That was Jeremy Thompson he was trying to get the ball to. It's an incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. Looked time like he had his man beat. Thompson
He did, but he had to get it off there. I mean, you know, you're asking him to throw. What was that? 45 yards right there to hit him.
Mm-hmm. It's a long throw.
But it seems to be that with him in there, that's the spot that's been open today, right? Those deep, long passes, he's had an opportunity to hit.
They've protected him, and when they haven't, he's been able to spin away from trouble. And back to pass again, and Banks is in big trouble, and down he goes. Down he goes. Dyrell Howard Dolson with a huge sack there to bring Banks down all the way back at the Maritime 43-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and long for the Falcons. 3rd and 23. Dolson got through there like he was shot out of a Nassau rocket.
We got another scoring update coming from Akron defeating Newfane this afternoon, 47-35. Bergman with 5 touchdowns in that one for Akron.
What a game. So 3rd down for the Falcons.
We got a scoring touchdown Tech. It's 20-18 in that one with Starpoint.
Great game that sounds like.
It actually becomes a final, 2018.
Here's Banks rolling to the left, gets away from one man, throws it, and incomplete. He made a nice move to escape the pass rush of, I believe that was Allnut, and the ball just kind of harmlessly drops, and now it's 4th down for the Falcons. Patrick Enright putting some heat on the quarterback. 4th and long for Western New York Maritime. Technically Western New York Maritime / Health Science and the Falcons.
And they want you to include that Health Sciences.
I
was talked about that last year. They said, why do you never include that Health Sciences? We should be included. I go, you're right, and I'll make sure I start doing that.
Would Western New York Maritime be mad if I just called them Health Science?
Yes.
Okay. Western New York Maritime Health Science, the Falcons, 4th down. Banks, back to pass. He's got some time. He throws deep down the near side, almost intercepted, almost caught out of bounds, incomplete. Well, Canisius got a couple of hands on the ball. Believe that was LaShawn Anderson, tipped it up in the air, and Demetrius Payne couldn't come down with that one, and if he did, it would have been out of bounds anyway. So Canisius takes over on downs, leading this one 43-30, and now Canisius has the opportunity to, theoretically at least, I don't want to say anything, I'll just say they have the opportunity to run out the clock.
Yeah, you got to think this is just going to be run right from here.
You would think, right?
And we think Maritime Health Sciences is out of timeouts at this point, too.
Yeah, I can't imagine they would have any more. But great effort by the Falcons to come back and make this a game. They had a very tough 3rd quarter. There's a handoff coming to the near side, and Yancey is knocked out of bounds.
That's the one thing you don't want to do, though, right? Stay in bounds.
Yeah, and he was knocked out of bounds by Jeremy Thompson. But the referee signaled to keep the clock moving unless I missed something there.
No, it's moving.
Okay. Thought I saw Ben Drobitz keep, windmill that arm. So 2nd down here. Minute and 19 to play in the fourth quarter. Great effort by the Falcons. Really, it looked like they were going to be completely blown out. Well, first it was 14-0, then 14-8, and then the 22-point third quarter for Canisius, and the Falcons keep on coming, and they will take a knee because Nicholas Panuchev. That's one knee.
Well, I have you next week.
You know, it's very interesting, though, that something that you're going to see moving forward. We've seen the two quarterback thing here for, West New York Maritime Health Sciences. And you wonder, right, do we see one starting to win the battle over the other one right now? And could that be a change as we see as the season goes on a little bit more and more?
Well, I would think on what we saw today, Shamir Banks might have the edge.
Yeah.
But there is the kneel down, the final play of the game. The game is over. Canisius wins it 43-30. Are we going to go down on the field? No. Okay. So that's the final score. Canisius 43, Western New York Maritime Health Sciences 30. For Heidi Gunther, Russ Battaglia, and Tom Prince, I'm Stu Boyer. Once again, the final score, 43-30, Canisius over the Falcons. I'm Stu Boyer. Have a good night, everybody.
Life can be full of surprises, but not always the good kind. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.